Got a good crowd here already, just a few minutes after 6. This is my 5th annual Tunes from the Animal Kingdom session. I've done this every year, basically, since I started doing this, where I have fun putting together a set of tunes to play this hour, and every one of them mentions an animal of some sort. We've got farm animals, and we've got insects and pets, and we've got some other animals of the land, air, and sea. So I have a lot of fun doing this. I could probably easily do 2 or 3 play along sessions with animals. There's so many out there, especially if you also add some tunes from England or Scotland, or just some old time tunes. Of course, the American old time tunes. There's seems to be plenty of tunes about chickens. So, anywho, let's get right down to it, you guys, and play a few tunes with animals in the title. The first one is one of my favorite jigs. It's called "The Price of My Pig." There's more than one. There's 2 different tunes by that name, believe it or not, but this is probably what I think the original, first published in 1914, and it even has some lyrics that you can sing to it. A funny story about a man who goes to a fair, a county fair, and gets a nice price for his pig, but then a lady that he meets there kind of tricks him out of his money. So he got to kind of have a date with that girl for the price of his pig, in other words. All right, hey, Russ is out there. Nice to see you, Russ. And yes, we've got Fran and Meg. They're in the next room down the hall here, keeping the show going and keeping the comments coming. So love your comments. I guess you guys know that I really love them. So I look forward to reading them all later as they're flying by while I'm trying to talk and play. Here we go. Let's play The Price of My Pig, A minor. One time kind of medium, and then we'll kick it up a little. What do you say? And have some fun with these tunes here today. Here we go. The Price of My Pig. There we go. A great tune to start out our salute to tunes from the animal kingdom. There's the Price of Me Pig right there. If you don't know that one, boy, that's one I highly recommend you put on your list. It's a fun tune to learn. It's a fun tune to memorize and be able to play by heart at your next session or with some of your friends. A great tune to start out our 211th play along session. Can you believe that, folks? This is the number 211. We've been doing this since March of 2020, and many of you have been following me all that time. Of course, we've got new people. I always love it when some new folks tune in and become TRAD friends and also start joining in and tell their friends as well. Here lately, there's been quite a few people who contacted me and asked me how to get on that exclusive TRAD Friends mailing list, which I know you're all on. You get my newsletters, you get the playlist in advance, you get the free sheet music, PDFs from me, and as I like to say, as long as folks keep tuning in, we will keep showing up and playing as many Mondays as we can. So it's really fun for me to imagine you guys all over the U.S. Tuning in on your laptop or iPad or whatever and watching and playing along. That's all I've ever wanted to do. Don't forget that all of my sessions are then archived, as I like to call it, on my Facebook page, and you can tune back in and watch any one of the sessions anytime you want. Just hit the old play button. You can't comment with your friends, but other than that, you'll be able to learn tunes at your speed or whatever you want to do. If I play one here tonight that you love and you want to try it again, it's right there for you. There's been a few people who didn't actually realize that, so I like to bring that up. Last week, we had more than 50 TRAD friends tuning in from across the U.S. and Canada and Mexico too. That was amazing. And then last week's session has been watched, rewatched, reviewed over 500 times. I never know who in the world is watching it, and I don't always know what that means, whether it means sometimes just somebody saw me as they're scrolling through their feed and saw me for 3 seconds and that counts, or they sat there and watched the tune. All I know is that the review numbers are very high, so that's pretty exciting for me. Once again, that's why I'm here. That's why I keep doing this for you guys. So love to see your names go by. Good to see Sue Ward is out there from Muskoka, and my good friend Phyllis Sparks. She's just tuning in from Nashville, Tennessee. I appreciate that, Phyllis. And so lots of great TRAD friends tuning in and playing along with our special tunes from the animal kingdom. Here's a tune from Wales. This is a Welsh melody, and it's called LAMBingfold. And I learned this from the East Coast fiddle player, dearly beloved by all the people who ever knew him or learned tunes from him, David Kaner. He taught me this tune. So this one kind of goes out to him and all of his friends. Virginia! Nice to see Virginia is also just tuned in and also playing along with us. Yes, Betsy, that pig was lively. This tune is a lot of fun to play, very easy for folks of every level. That's why I love these little tunes from England and Wales as well. So here we go. This is a tune called LAMBingfold. Are you ready? In the key of G. Let's take a little trip to Wales. 1, 2, 3. there from Wales, a tune called LAMBingfold. I'm realizing I have a special extra light that I turn on here in my office to give me extra light when I do this, and I've got it all set up and I didn't turn it on, so I'm gonna take care of that. There, a little extra light to throw on the subject, as they say. I don't believe that I forgot to turn that on, but there you go. LAMBingfold. Let's go right on to the next tune here, my trad friends. And this is called The Honeybee, written by the great Irish trad musician and composer Vincent Broderick, who has provided all kinds of lovely tunes for us to play. And this is a slipjig in 9/8 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you remember, just like tunes like the Butterfly that are in slipjig time. Comb your hair and curl it. So maybe Vincent was tired of everybody playing the Butterfly all the time, and so he wrote this tune about another insect so that we could play more than one insect tune. But this is a lovely tune. You can also imagine a little bee kind of going from flower to flower and picking up pollen. As we do in many slipjigs, you repeat the first line. There's a repeat there, so you do that line twice, but the second and third line create the B section of the tune, the B section. Oh my gosh, I amused myself with that one. But that section of the tune has no repeat because it's all written out complete, because the half of the second part of that is completely different. But you know what I mean. Here I am yapping on. Let's just go ahead and play The Honeybee. Are you ready? Key of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more time. There we go. Let's do it one more time. A little session speed. There we go. That's a great tune. I think everybody needs a couple extra slip jigs in their repertoire. The most famous ones, like the Butterfly, get played all the time, but it's fun to be able to pull a new one out and surprise everybody with it. This one would actually go good with the Butterfly. I could imagine doing it as a set, and so you could call this the insect set, right? When you introduce it to your friends at the pub. So there we go. The first 3 tunes we did there: Price of My Pig, LAMBingfold, about probably somebody who raises lambs in that time of year. And then we have the Honeybee there for you. So all kinds of tunes. Let me see. Also, we've had some more people stop by. Connie Walker there in Pensacola. Glad you're enjoying these tunes. And there was a few other folks. Susan, I had to leave, but she's going to watch it later. Like I said, so many people watch later. And Connie Murphy, good to see you, Connie, from Port Orchard, beautiful Port Orchard. And Linda remembers, I was remembering also about a year ago today when we were going to have a special contest for my mom, where we gave away several dozen of my mom's oatmeal cookies. Who can forget that? That's for sure. Well, it's just a kind of a coincidence here, an odd coincidence. The next tune we're going to do is Old Gray Cat, a really fun reel in E minor, but we're going to pair it with a tune that I wrote called Finn's Reel, a tune that has become popular and played by students and teachers and taught at summer camps and stuff all over the country. And of course I wrote that for our great cat Finn. And most of you folks who've been following all these years remember our great cat Finny Boy, who just by a weird coincidence here while we're doing the animal tunes, we lost him. It was exactly 2 years ago today. I cannot believe that it's been that long. And of course, little Meggie came along and has certainly filled our lives full of cat things again, catness once again. But anybody who knew Finn or saw him on the session, he used to regularly sit on my lap or visit us during the sessions. There we are a couple of years ago with him on my lap. Who can forget Finny? And Fran and I continue to think of him all the time. You only get one cat that's just the most amazing cat, and there he is. There he's doing a little reading. Do cats think? And I think we know the answer. The answer is most definitely yes. But anyway, we'll play Old Gray Cat 2 times around for everybody, and then we'll go right into my tune that we wrote for dear old Finny called Finn's Reel. What do you say? And celebrate his great orange catness. Here we go, E minor. Cat. Now let's all do Finn's Reel. 1, 2, 3, 4. I made it through. Good old Finn's reel. And I see all your comments. So many people remember. And anybody who who met Finn at our house or saw him on the play along sessions, he was a friend to everybody. So our big orange cat, our big boy, 2 years gone today. I cannot believe it, but that is the truth as time continually marches on, right? Okay, guys. Yes, David, Finn took a nap in your accordion box, and he loved instrument cases. Whereas Meg, once again, is not real fond of my fiddle. In fact, Meg continues to be one of the more interesting kitties that we've ever had. She's not afraid of the vacuum cleaner. Now, you know, every cat usually scampers as soon as a vacuum cleaner goes on, but she sits right there, and I can get it right almost up to her nose before she decides maybe she ought to move. But she is not perturbed by my vacuuming with our Eureka vacuum cleaner ever. But this, she is not fond of. But you just never know what a cat's gonna like or not. All right, the hour's going by here, and I should keep on going. Shoe the Donkey is the next tune we're going to do, an Irish mazurka, obviously a tune from probably Eastern Europe. And this is a tune with a very famous melody. And I can remember as a little boy, my mom and dad singing this to me. My mom singing, put your little foot right here. And I have great memories of that. So I'll think of that while I'm playing this tune for you. Let's have a little fun with it and a good strong lilt. That's the fun thing about an Irish mazurka when you see those eighth notes. Really give them a strong lilt where the first note is longer than the second one. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Shoe the donkey. Top. Two times around, that's a pretty good amount of time to do that. Shoe the donkey is what that one is usually called. So there we've got a donkey in our tunes now as well. Well, it's the bottom of the hour, and it's a good time for me to just remind you guys of a couple things while I've got your undivided attention. And that would be no session next Monday. Would be February 10th. And that would be the second Monday of the month, and you guys know where I'll be. I'll be with our local players, leading them in a live session here in Chattanooga. I run the only Irish TRAD reading session in town. It's open to everybody, any level and age. It's mostly adults, but we have a lot of fun discovering the Irish tunes, playing them. Folks who can will want to read them from music are always encouraged to do that. And if they can play them by ear or by heart, they can do that as well. But we have a lot of fun here in Chattanooga with our Chattanooga play along session. So you'll have to find something else to do next Monday, the 10th of February. But then after that, 2 weeks from today, I'll be back on the 17th, and we'll have 3 sessions in a row on February 17th, February 24th, and March the 3rd. So the year marches right along, and I kind of live it Monday to Monday as I think of the session and the playlists and get the tunes together and write up my newsletters and send them out to y'all and get ready for Monday night's sessions. So Monday to Monday is how we roll here in the Morley house. Hey, let's say hi to Julie Zamudio. Nice to see you there on the West Coast. Appreciate it. And Patty is completely opposite side of the country in Florida. Really appreciate you being there too. And so anyway, that's what's happening. Do not forget about Fiddle Hell online, which will happen on April 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And this will be the 6th year, I believe, for Fiddle Hell online. They did that just the way I started sharing tunes online. They took the wonderful 100 or more workshops, 100 different teachers, all kinds of wonderful ways where you don't have to wind up getting a plane to Boston and still enjoying learning from your favorite teachers and some very famous people, I'll tell you. I'll be doing my regular Irish slow jam where I'll play down about 10 or 12 tunes in an hour, extra slow, slower than I'm doing here on my Facebook sessions. Extra slow, classic tunes. So you just sign up at fiddlehell.org and then you can watch them for 4 months. You can every single workshop that's available over those 4 days. I'll be doing my Irish slow session I just learned on the 5th, Saturday, April 5th at 11:30 in the morning. So keep that in mind, and a great learning experience for everybody of every level once a year. It's just an amazing thing. Okay, let's go ahead and play some more tunes. Let's play a beautiful melody here now. This is a French folk dance that has turned into a very popular Irish air, you might say, thanks to Solas, the band Solas, who put it on their very first album. They had heard it being played and came up with the idea to play it slow, and it took off, and it's well known now. At any session, you can play Crested Hens as an Irish melody. Are you ready? Here we go. 2 times around on Crested Hens. 1, 2, 3. haunting tune, originally a French folk dance, known to Irish players as Crested Hens. I always get requests for that one, so I hope you enjoyed playing that one along with me. And another hello to a latecomer, Peter Morley, our good friend in Cazenovia, New York. Peter is not related to me, but it's nice to see another Morley stopping by. Hope you're doing okay, Peter. All right, let's keep going here. And let's do a really fun jig called the Spotted Dog. We're going to play this in the key of A major. So all you fiddle players, that means you finally get to play a high second finger on your E string, which only comes up very quickly in the first line. But this is a fun tune written by John McAvoy. I wonder if he had a Dalmatian, because what other dog would you think of as being spotted? With lots of spots, to me that's a Dalmatian. So that might have been an idea for the name of the tune. But in this tune, you can just hear a dog being very happy to see his owner running up to him after he's been gone all day, and running right up to the door and jumping up on him, and just the happiness in the key of A major with this tune called the Spotted Dog. We played tunes for cats earlier. Now here's one for dogs. Are you ready? The key of A. 1, 2, here we go. Beginning. One more time. Let's do it up to session speed. Let's get that dog going. Like that one? The Spotted Dog is the name of that tune, and I think it's a very joyful tune. So we got a lot of folks really enjoying our animal tunes here today. Some folks like the fast one and fun ones, and folks like my dad. He likes those minor keys, and he's absolutely right. Crested Hens with the pretty melody. So it's really fun for me to share all these tunes, and you never know which one is going to really resonate with somebody. So that makes it a lot of fun for me. And once again, I love all your comments, and we'll be reading them all a little later, that's for sure. I see Fran is listing all the states that folks are tuning in from today, and Canada, as well. That's her viewer roundup, her virtual viewer roundup for the night. Once again, so many states, so many folks tuning in. I appreciate it so much from the bottom of my heart, and you just don't know what that means to me. So really, I want to thank you all for tuning in and promoting the program, letting your friends know, and being so faithful, and watching when you can, and enjoying it. So I thought that the spotted dog jig had a story behind it. Felt like it, and so does the next one for sure. The Lark in the Morning. This is one of the most famous four-part jigs that there is out there in the Irish repertoire. So there's 4 different parts to this tune. I'll play it all the way through twice. The first time kind of medium, but then the second time I will kick it up a notch, as I like to say, and play it a little faster because it sounds so much more fun when you imagine the lark in the morning flying around a pond and singing his song, and seeing a female lark who he's trying to impress, this guy, this male lark, and so he sings his finest tune, his finest bird song in the third section of the tune, and she likes what she hears, and they go flying off together. And that's the way I think the story goes in The Lark in the Morning. So are you ready? Key of D, a great tune, and has some nice ornaments and little grace notes as well. Whether you put them in or not, it doesn't make any difference. The tune still sounds great. So are you ready? Let's do Lark in the Morning 2 times around, all 4 parts. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. we go. Lark in the Morning. What a fun tune that is to play. Oh, what a joy it would be to have some friends to play that one along with. That's such a fun tune. The Lark in the Morning. I hope you hear the little story that I told. Okay, Fran is mentioning this in the shameless self-promotion time. Yes, of course, you can always send a donation to my virtual tip jar at paypal.me/IrishTradFiddle. I always appreciate it if you do. Don't worry about it if you don't. I'm here for you in any case. But that's how you send me a tip if you feel like it. I really, really appreciate it. So many of you are regular donors, and that helps keep the tunes coming, as I like to say. So Patricia wants to know if I have all these tunes memorized. That's a great question, Patricia. And I basically do have them all memorized, but right out of range here, I have a music stand, and I do have them all up here on an iPad. And watching them go by, for the first couple years of the play-along sessions, back in 2020 and 2022, I always had them 100% memorized because I played them at many sessions before we moved here to Chattanooga. And so I had them all up there in my head. But if you don't play regularly, then you can goof up and accidentally put one part along with another in the wrong place. So I do keep them handy here, and you might watch my eyes drift to the screen so that I don't goof up in front of you all. That's the main job that I have here. I don't want to screw up the tune while you're trying to play along with me or learn how it goes. So that's the answer to that question. I basically do have them memorized and love them all and have played them many times. But when you're only playing them randomly, like I do for you guys, then I do like to be sure. And I'm reading from my own arrangements as well, so the exact same ones that you've got. The Eel in the Sink is our next tune in the key of A minor, Dorian, and a lovely slinky tune that sounds like there's an eel in the sink, I think. Here in Chattanooga, we have the Tennessee Aquarium, one of the largest aquariums in the South, the largest freshwater tanks. And then we also have a second building with the saltwater tanks too. I don't know if any of you have been here to Chattanooga to see it. It's a wonderful, wonderful aquarium, and Fran and I go regularly. We have memberships, and we've certainly seen some eels slithering around, not in any sink, but here we go with the Eel in the Sink. 1, 2, here we go. Time, up to speed. EEL In The Sink. While I'm playing that, I'm thinking, Patty, it's another thought. When you guys are reading from my sheet music, I like to play exactly what I wrote. So, you know, whatever the slurs are and whatever the way the notes go, when I play it without looking, I might change it up a little bit. So I also want to be kind of extra honest on the sheet music that you all are looking at the same time I am. And yes, we were bouncing around the word memorize on these tunes, and as I like to tell all my students, I don't like to think of tunes having to be memorized. I like to think about you playing them by heart, which sounds like a joyful thing, where memorizing a tune sounds like it's a task. So the fun thing to do is to look at the tune and look away, play the A section, and look away and try and remember what those 8 measures were, play the B section and look at the music and then look away, try and remember. There's a lot of ways to learn a tune by heart. But if you are at an actual regular session in your town and you get to hear these tunes week after week and played several times around and hear your TRAD mates all around you playing them, that you often can kind of soak the tune in like a sponge, and every time you hear it, you just know how to play it. And that's what I slowly and surely had happen to me over the years when we lived in Alabama and we went to a weekly session. If you don't do the weekly session, though, those tunes can fly away like little larks in the morning, and you kind of forget how they go. You got to keep them under your fingers. That's right. But I've got hundreds of them up here somewhere or other. Some of them are more likely to be remembered than others. All right, one more tune. I like to end with a polka, and this was a tune I did not know until a couple years ago, and I learned it because it's about a cow, and I wanted to learn a polka that had the name of an animal in it. So here we go. We've had pigs and cats and donkeys and hens and dogs and larks and eels, and now we're going to end up with a cow. And the Kerry COW, a fun polka in the key of D. Are you ready? Here we go. Time. Goodbye with the Kerry COW there. Thanks again so much to all my TRAD friends. There's my special greeting card. Thanks, TRAD friends, for tuning in today, joining me once again the first Monday of February 2025. 4 tunes. I hope you like my animal tunes, and I hope you have a good 2 weeks. I'll see you back here on Monday, February 17th. Happy Valentine's Day to all my friends out there too. You all take care. Be good to yourselves. And yeah, that is an excellent polka. It's I found that one. I was just looking for something with an animal. And here's Fran saying bye. There she is. Okay. Thanks, Franny.
Nope, I thought Meg was behind me, but she's not.
She's not. All right. Bye, everybody. Y'all take care.